I would like to discuss the concept of letting things be. We all encounter circumstances that we hope will lead to a positive outcome, where a child may need guidance. Someone may mistreat us, or a door may close. There is a certain sense of urgency to address the situation. I need to adjust my personality and find a way to open this door. I need to find a solution to this problem. We assume control of our own destiny. We often find ourselves striving and stressing, only to end up feeling frustrated. We may have noble intentions and a desire to contribute, but there are moments when the most prudent course of action is to refrain from interference. It is important to find peace and trust in God, understanding that the challenges we face are not ours to fight alone, but rather belong to a greater force. There are certain things that are beyond repair, regardless of the effort or pressure exerted. How many favors can you request? Will things really change? If you continue to exert pressure and manipulate situations in an attempt to persuade this individual and not remain being yourself, not only will it increase your stress levels, but you're exacerbating the situation. You're going to cause more harm than benefit. At times, there may be a greater need for faith in refraining from taking action, rather than attempting to forcefully make things happen. However, you may still feel an underlying urgency and pressure pushing you forward. It is imperative to take action and protect oneself. Don't allow others to escape accountability. You need to strategically navigate the situation in order to secure that promotion and encourage your loved one to make the right decision. Be cautious and avoid getting caught in that situation. Once you've finished praying, it's important to trust that you've done your part and let go of control. Dear God, I have complete faith in you, and I am confident that you have everything under control. God is faithfully orchestrating everything for my benefit. Even as I patiently abide in a state of tranquility, I will remain calm and allow you to accomplish what only you are capable of. I'm not sure if you are like me, but this was a personal challenge for me, since I am someone who likes to take action. I have a proactive nature and prefer not to be passive. If I have an issue, I have a clear objective in mind, a vision that I'm determined to achieve. To ensure success, I will seek the advice and expertise of 3 professionals in the field. We will explore 4 different possibilities and devise a well-thought-out plan of action. The schedule is primarily focused on the morning hours. The next step almost worked. I have come to understand that there are certain aspects of life that can only be altered by a higher power rather than through our own efforts. And yes, you've heard this many times before, but it is true. While I advocate for taking proactive measures to achieve success, it is important to recognize the limitations of our own abilities and not attempt to forcefully manipulate circumstances beyond our control. The psalmist once said that unless the house is built by the Lord, our efforts will be in vain. Many of us find ourselves constantly struggling, always trying to force things to happen. We may try to change our spouse, convince a coworker to like us, or constantly harp on our kids. However, this approach often leads to frustration. Return to your original path. It feels as though we're constantly facing challenges, and everything seems like a burden. However, if we don't exert all our effort to make things work out, a sense of guilt starts to creep in. I have encountered a predicament that requires my attention. As it is mentioned in the book of Hebrews, those who have faith find peace in letting things be. There is no need for you to exert all the effort on your own. Allow yourself the freedom to take a break, to let go of concerns, to not push yourself, and to not feel the need to come up with multiple solutions. You've done your part. Now let go. Let it be. It won't happen solely through your mind power or intellect. It will be the hand of the Divine Almighty. There's no need to exert unnecessary effort or resort to aggressive tactics to achieve success. Allow your business to naturally flourish and focus on your own well-being rather than seeking revenge on those who have wronged you. Show them your true identity. That's all that matters. Draining your energy, stealing your joy, and stifling your creativity. There is a message for you today from God. Just let it be. Have faith in my ability to take care of it. I will ensure that the most suitable individual is selected. I will transform your business, bring positive change to that child, and improve your overall well-being. When you surrender your desires to God, the burden is lifted and your dreams can come true. There's no need to have all the answers. There is no need for you to exert yourself with great effort. It's not within your control to make everything happen. One can find solace in the knowledge that divine intervention is at play. In Matthew 13, Jesus shares a parable about a farmer who sows wheat in his field. He made the correct decision, planting a good seed. He anticipated a bountiful harvest, just as he had witnessed in previous years. However, within a short span of time, he witnessed the sudden proliferation of unwanted plants, weeds. The workers were confused when they noticed the abundance of weeds. He questioned the farmer, expressing his confusion. "Did you not plant this? We witnessed the sowing of fruitful seeds," which seemed confusing. He mentioned that an adversary arrived unexpectedly during the night. And it wasn't the farmer's wallet that planted these weeds. It seems as though he may have made the right choices. But unfortunately, things didn't turn out as expected. It's important to remember that encountering difficulties doesn't necessarily indicate any wrongdoing on your part. You may have some great experiences that you have been dedicated to. It is commendable to show reverence to God, demonstrate generosity, offer assistance, and display a willingness to go above and beyond. But now, there are some unwanted plants sprouting in your field, things that you didn't intend to cultivate, and you're perplexed by it. How did you raise your child? But he seems to have lost his way. Perhaps you feel responsible, questioning what you may have done incorrectly. There is no fault on your part. Did you put in the necessary effort in your business, despite the unexpected obstacles that arose? You arrived ahead of schedule and remained until the end. You've gone above and beyond, but unfortunately, you encountered a setback. He experienced a setback with a client. It can be quite frustrating when a competitor suddenly swoops in and takes away some of your business. It's only natural to wonder why this happened. It's simply a collective. It's quite fascinating how the presence of weeds in your garden can actually be seen as a positive sign. These unwanted intruders are merely a testament to the fact that the enemy is well aware of the bountiful harvest that awaits you. He wouldn't have sneaked in under the cover of darkness and deliberately planted the unwanted vegetation if he didn't possess a deep understanding that prosperity and abundance are on the horizon. There is a sense of anticipation for the arrival of healing and promotion. The perfect individuals are on their way. Don't let the presence of obstacles discourage you, as they often indicate a sign of growth. There's something incredible awaiting you in the future. But unfortunately, a door has closed on your journey. I feel like I've been treated unfairly by these individuals. I contracted this illness. Why did this happen? Gain a fresh outlook. It is clear that the adversary would not have bothered to introduce unwanted elements into your life if you were not meant for a higher purpose, bound for new heights, poised to lead your loved ones to uncharted territories. As the laborers surveyed the overgrown vegetation, they inquired of the farmer. He advised against pulling up the weeds, explaining that doing so would harm the wheat. Instead, he suggested letting them grow together until the harvest is ready. There will be a division. The workers were eager to address the issue and assist in eliminating the weeds. However, the farmer insisted on leaving them be, stating that they were not responsible for sowing the weeds. There's no need to uproot all the stubborn weeds. We won't allow them to wither away. We will address this issue. If they had decided to handle the situation themselves, the outcome of the harvest would have been compromised. I can envision the farmer being bothered by those weeds that had bothered him daily. I'm not a fan of these pesky plants. Things are not going according to plan, and it may give the impression that I'm not putting in enough effort. I lack the necessary skills to excel in farming. I need to rectify this situation. He had to resist the urge to give in. He could have easily taken care of the weeds. He possessed the capability to rectify the issue, yet he was aware that doing so would have jeopardized his yield. It requires trust to refrain from meddling when you release your grip and resist the urge to intervene, allowing God to handle the situation. It's truly admirable when one can confidently place their trust in a higher power, even when faced with challenges. I have complete faith in your ability to handle things that are beyond my comprehension. I won't rush and make hasty decisions that could harm my progress. I will not interfere with it. That's an influential role. Perhaps there are certain challenges in your life that seem perplexing and difficult to comprehend. It appears that you were caught off guard, and the obstacles appeared unexpectedly. One might experience a constant sense of concern and the need to address and remove unwanted elements. Please address the issue. Alter this individual's actions to influence this particular circumstance. There is a sense of urgency in recognizing the need to take action immediately. However, it is important to remember that God is advising us to remain calm and trust in His ability to handle the situation. This battle does not belong to us. Did you not sow it? One of the most challenging tests we will ever face is learning to be still and have faith in a higher power. One important lesson conveyed in this parable is the significance of surrendering control. By constantly meddling and attempting to manipulate outcomes, we risk sabotaging the potential for a bountiful harvest. While we may achieve some level of success through our own efforts, it will pale in comparison to what God has in store for us. It's important to have knowledge, right? When the time comes for your harvest to be ready, rest assured that God will handle any obstacles that may arise. He has the ability to positively influence your child. He will prove you right in the presence of those who oppose you. He has the ability to elevate you to heights you never imagined. I have a few situations that I'm currently praying about and have faith that they will improve because I believe, truly believe, and have let it be. There's a sense of urgency, a weight on your shoulders, a voice pushing you to make a decision immediately. It is imperative that you take action without any further delay. Things are going to deteriorate. It is important to remain calm and composed, avoiding any sense of urgency or rush. The enemy thrives on our impatience and desire for immediate action. It's unfortunate that various challenges are arising in different areas of your life. Occasionally, we come across the notion of taking action rather than remaining idle. That advice may not always be beneficial. At times, it's wise to refrain from taking action unless absolutely necessary. There's no rush to resolve everything immediately. There's no rush to make a decision, and it's not necessary to remove the weeds at this very moment. Relax and let go of all the unnecessary stress. It's incredibly liberating to surrender one's life to a higher power. I have full confidence in your ability to handle my weed situation. I have no intention of taking matters into my own hands. I trust in the divine guidance that is leading me, allowing me to find peace and stillness in the face of challenges. Recently, my father encountered a significant decision that weighed heavily on his mind. Perhaps faced with a challenging situation where a solution seemed elusive, instead of succumbing to pressure and making a hasty decision, he shared how he chose to set that problem aside and seek guidance through prayer. There is a pressing question that demands your attention. What course of action will you take? The time for decision-making is upon you. What would he say? I trust in the Lord and believe that this is not a battle I need to fight. He has effectively managed my weed problem. With the passage of time, one would witness the resolution of those situations. Are there any matters that you should consider setting aside for now? You may be experiencing a certain level of pressure. Find solutions even when faced with difficult circumstances. Develop strategies to address challenges that are beyond your control. Remember, there are certain things that only God can change, and it is not your responsibility to do so. At times, there may not be a rational answer. When we try to handle things ourselves, we're bound to end up frustrated. However, if we trust in a higher power, there's a chance for a supernatural turnaround. Many times, we find ourselves engaged in unnecessary conflicts. We're attempting to remove unwanted plants when God assured us that He would be our caretaker, tending to the plants that need to be removed. He possesses numerous benefits, one of which is His ability to discern when the harvest is ripe. If you retract it prematurely, will that diminish what God has in store for you? This passage concludes by discussing the timing of when the farmer, symbolizing a divine figure, will separate the undesirable elements from the fruitful harvest. He will gather all the unwanted plants and dispose of them by burning them. If you neglect the unwanted growth, eventually you'll witness some remarkable transformations, obstacles that have impeded your progress. It has been prophesied that certain individuals will encounter opposition from those who lack understanding. These individuals may attempt to hinder your progress behind closed doors. All those obstacles will be overcome and transformed. The divine power will bring about a positive change and create new opportunities. When faced with seemingly impossible situations, remember that there is always a solution waiting to be discovered. The reason why God is delaying the handling of those undesirable elements is because your harvest is going to surpass your expectations. It seems that there was a situation where divine intervention could have occurred earlier, but it appears that there is a greater purpose at play. The question that arises is whether you are willing to place your trust in God. Even when faced with challenging circumstances, it can be tempting to try and handle things on our own. But perhaps there is a lesson to be learned in surrendering control. I need to remove this unwanted plant. Have you prayed? You think you've done all you can, but God is telling you to let it go. Allow me to handle the situation. When the Israelites were liberated from slavery by divine intervention, They embarked on their journey towards the promised land. However, the Pharaoh had a change of heart and decided to pursue them with a formidable force, consisting of 600 mighty warriors and a multitude of chariots. From a distance, the Israelites could discern his approaching presence. They found themselves trapped with no way out at the Red Sea. Overwhelmed with fear and desperation, they rushed to Moses seeking guidance. We must take immediate action, as they will arrive by nightfall. We have a limited amount of time to devise a strategic plan. I sensed a certain pressure and urgency. In Exodus 14, Moses mentioned that they were on the verge of being recaptured. Here is the message from above. Our approach is to remain steadfast and trust in the deliverance that will come from above. Stay calm and let the Lord take charge, for he will be the one to fight on your behalf. Some may question, is it Moses? Are you serious? These formidable fighters are rapidly closing in. It seems you're suggesting that the best approach is to refrain from taking action and let things be. Can you please reconsider and seek another perspective? Moses declined, stating that we did not exhibit any signs of weakness, and there is no need to engage in unnecessary conflict. According to Proverbs, it is advised not to seek revenge for any wrongdoing, but rather to trust in the Lord to handle the situation. If you have faith and trust in God, He will bring about justice for you in a way that surpasses anything you could achieve on your own. The solution proposed is superior to the alternative. Stay calm and be patient, even if you can't see any visible progress. There's something happening behind the scenes. This serves as a reminder that God has a way of dealing with obstacles in our lives. If you remain steadfast, you will witness remarkable manifestations in your life. And I don't mean to suggest being inactive. We must have faith and take action, but there comes a moment when we need to pause and reflect. Well, you just need to surrender it all to a higher power and stop stressing over it. Stop attempting to force outcomes. Focus on building genuine connections. Allow opportunities to unfold naturally, and refrain from pushing too hard to achieve success on your own. It will be a challenging endeavor, but not without purpose. Even in disappointment, remember, it doesn't stray from the path. God is in control. He understands your current situation. He is aware of those who are not reaching out to you, the opportunities that have yet to arise, the pain caused by a troubled child, and the discouraging medical update. These are things that can only be changed by a higher power. Relinquishing control and entrusting everything to a higher power can alleviate the burden. I've decided to stop pushing so hard. I'm relinquishing control and placing my complete trust in you. I won't let it go. It's not within my power to alter him. Only you have that ability. He and his wife persisted in their faith, holding on to God's promises. Adversity may try to plant obstacles in your path, but it cannot prevent you from reaping the rewards you deserve. There is a future day when those unwanted plants will be removed. God's faithfulness is unwavering. It can be frustrating when we try to correct others, attempt to push the door open and protect ourselves from the remarks made. At times like these, it is important to maintain a sense of calm and trust in a higher power to handle the situation. At times, the most effective approach is to refrain from taking action and simply let things be, even though it may also be the most challenging course of action. We desire to resolve matters and prove our innocence. We must strive to open that door. But it is crucial to remain steadfast in order to witness the divine intervention. By relinquishing control and allowing God to work, we will witness extraordinary feats that surpass our own capabilities. They may be seen as insignificant, but the adversary would be delighted to divert our attention. Engaging in unnecessary conflicts is a futile endeavor. Your precious time should not be squandered on individuals who will never support you. There are individuals who seem intent on misinterpreting your words. Some individuals may not appreciate the abundance and joy in your life. It is best to avoid wasting your precious time on negative influences. It seems that someone was aware of your potential to make a significant impact on the world and tried to hinder your progress. However, it's important to remember that even though obstacles may arise, you have the power to overcome them and achieve great things. It seems that some individuals are not taking the time to read and understand the comments. If they had, they would realize that I wouldn't be addressing this matter if I hadn't already attempted to resolve it myself. Nevertheless, I find myself here today, seeking assistance. Need to help guide everyone in the right direction. Persuade all skeptics to alter their perspective and develop a favorable opinion of me. I wouldn't have had the drive, the innovation, the divine inspiration to accomplish what I am called to do today. It's intriguing how, over the years, those who were once outspoken against me have disappeared from the scene. They faced their own challenges and made choices that inevitably led to their downfall. It's unfortunate, but the main idea here is that you shouldn't engage in every conflict. One cannot fulfill their destiny if they allow the enemy to sow weeds into the fertile soil of their life, especially when it seems unjust. Stay calm, and don't worry. There's no need to get upset. Allow divine intervention to handle the undesirable elements. Life is unpredictable. Your time is incredibly valuable, and your assignment is of utmost importance. It's crucial to prioritize things that truly matter and let go of anything that doesn't align with your goals. You seem to be struggling and feeling overwhelmed, but it appears that your efforts are not yielding any results. Why not return to a state of tranquility and grant yourself the freedom to relax? It relieves the burden of feeling solely responsible for keeping the world in motion and making things happen. Trust in the divine plan and continue to live a life of integrity and excellence. Rest assured that all your challenges will be taken care of by a higher power. He has the ability to attract the right individuals, to provide opportunities, and to positively influence your child. You have come a long way, and he will not abandon you now. Those pesky plants won't hinder your bountiful harvest, are distractions causing you to lose your peace and live a life filled with frustration and bitterness. Consider adopting a fresh approach. Let it be. You can leave here today with a lot freer, knowing that load had been given to God. The freedom of being relieved from the burden of handling pulling weeds, knowing that it is no longer your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to make everything work out. There's no need to push for favor when your harvest is ready. No obstacle can hinder what is destined for you. The delay in your progress is due to the magnitude of your potential success. What lies ahead for you surpasses your own expectations. Can you have faith in Him during your period of anticipation? Can you find peace and trust in allowing someone else to handle your struggles? If you refrain from interfering, I am confident and proclaim that, just as with the Israelites, God will graciously rescue you from formidable foes, illnesses, addictions, and even bring life back to those who seem lost. He is ready to bring a positive transformation to your child, overcoming the obstacles that have hindered your family's progress. Freedom is on its way. along with wholeness, abundance, and fulfillment of your destiny. In Jesus' name, Amen. In the name of Jesus, I announce that you are now blessed with every outcome of this prayer. For those in need of further prayers, click the link above. If this prayer was a blessing to you, please type "Let it be" in the comments space provided below. Help us reach more believers in sharing the gospel. We are grateful to support you. If you are in need of a personal prayer, feel free to leave your prayer request in the comments for our Power Praying Warriors, or send us an email request. We look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow. Keep strong in faith.